It's game time.
Matt, what's wrong?
There's a serial killer chasing me,
So, the usual, then.
and I just got away from him.
But then who's that?
It's that time of the year again. Friday the 13th. A day that you thought was a lot spookier as a kid. But now it's just a random Friday in November, so go figure. Today, we're taking a look at Friday the 13th on the NES. I never played the game growing up, so I have zero nostalgia for it. Longtime fans might know that I started gaming on the SNES and Game Boy Color when I was a kid. I knew the NES existed, but didn't realize that you could still buy games for it. I actually played this game for the first time on a Friday the 13th special we did a few years back on our Those Guys Play channel. I wasn't really a fan. Maybe it's because I went in completely blind, not even having a manual, but I felt completely lost and had no idea what I was doing and where I was going. I loved watching Friday the 13th movies growing up, and this really didn't do it for me. But I thought I should take another look at it, and well, here we are. This game came out in February 1989. That would mean that Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, had already come out. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's in continuity with the series in any way. The characters in this game are generic teens, but Jason is in his iconic mask. One can assume he is supernatural at this point, but there's no way to tell. Friday the 13th was developed by Atlus and published by LJN. People have been ragging on LJN for years, so I don't really need to talk about them, but it's funny to think that Atlus worked on this game because they had also worked on the first Megami Tensei game 2 years prior. And I can see some similarities when looking at the menus. I mentioned generic teens before, and guess what? You're one of them. Armed with a rock, you have to fight zombies, wolves, sea creatures, crows, and bats. And I probably don't have to tell you that none of these are in the movies, and they're just here to be a nuisance and deplete your life bar. Now, the quote-unquote right way to play is to not let any of the kids die. Not the ones that you're playing as, but the ones that Jason is trying to kill. So I fucked that real good, and got a game over. That means that I need to constantly be on alert for when Jason appears, run to that spot, save those kids, and take out Jason myself. I'm not a fan. You can get other weapons throughout the game, and it will make it easier to take out any enemies on screen. But they don't stop coming. I don't remember the lyrics. Seriously though, at a certain point, it's best to just run away. While letting the kids die means you lose, saving them doesn't really mean you win, per se. You win by defeating Jason. I've heard you have to do it 3 times, but I've never been able to do it myself. You can either beat him while roaming around looking for items, or in one of the cabins. Speaking of the cabins, you do have the option to switch to another character if you find them hiding in one of the cabins. And if you die, then thankfully it isn't an immediate game over. You can choose another character, but if you didn't use them at another point during the playthrough, you're basically starting from scratch. That's why defeating Jason is key, and doing other tasks are good, but don't seem to help you win the game outright, at least from what I've read. Each teen has a different skill set. Some jump higher, some row faster, some are quicker, overall now. Either way, don't get too attached because your favorite one will probably die. This game is painfully difficult, even when you get the hang of it. My biggest issue was navigating the map to try and get to Jason in time. It's funny because once I got used to fighting Jason, I didn't care about going up against him. I cared more about the kids he was killing and how much I was getting bogged down by zombies whose spawn rate increases at night. I do have to say I really enjoyed the soundtrack, and I think it's the perfect kind of music to get your adrenaline pumping. The visuals are okay. I just always get lost in houses and the woods, but you know, the latter is the point, so good job, game. I don't feel comfortable saying this is an objectively bad game. It's a survival game that gives you more of a fighting chance than you think. There's just a big learning curve that I'm not really a fan of. So I'll just say that overall, it's not a game for me. And that's okay. I hope you get a kick out of it, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it unless you're really into studying maps, running from zombies, and being killed by Jason. I give this game 2.5 out of 5 Pamela Voorhees heads.
Matt? Nice shot.